In this video, I'm going to show you how to relieve plantar fasciitis at home for instant pain relief. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, we're going to go over easy, effective exercises that can give quick relief for the bottom of the foot, over the arch, and for plantar fasciitis. And you can do them all in the comfort of your own home. This will be broken down into a very easy step-by-step guide. Go through all parts and take what is most effective for you. As a note, again, all of these exercises can be done at home. They will not require any special equipment and may give quick plantar fasciitis pain relief even in as little as 30 seconds. So let's get started and relieve that pain right now. In this part, we're going to focus on quick plantar fasciitis relief with a nice self-massage into the bottom of the foot. This I like a little bit better than using golf balls or tennis balls because it's much more precise and you'll probably get a better result. It's known as gua sha or muscle scraping, and it might end up becoming your new favorite therapy. We need two things. The first being a large metal spoon. I like one with a little bit more thickness to it. You'll get better results. The next, a form of lubrication. I'm going to be using coconut oil, but you can use any massage lotions or over-the-counter pain creams such as BioFreeze or Icy Hot. Let's start off by coating the whole foot, bottom, sides, top. Also go over the shin right here, over the ankle and the Achilles, because we're going to target all of that. And when it comes to lubrication, a little bit more is always better. With the spoon, it doesn't matter what part you use. You can use the handle, you can use the rounded portion right here. I like to use the handle, but I'd experiment with it, take what works best for you. We're going to start at the top right here at the toes, and we're going to take the spoon, put it roughly at about 30 to 45 degrees, press into the skin where there's enough pressure but it's not causing discomfort. I'm going to then go with a very slow controlled stroke from the top all the way down to the bottom to the heel right here. It should take you about 5 to 10 seconds to do one complete stroke. As a note, only do soft tissue, muscle and skin. Stay off any bony spots, including if you have a bunion right here. You don't want to cause any irritation by going over bone. But you want to do this for about 3 to 5 complete repetitions. From there, you just move over and then repeat to the point where you do pretty much from the inside of the foot all the way to the outside. When you do this also, really make note of going into the arch around the ankles. You want to really just make sure to dig in there and explore that area. You might notice that in the arch right here that there are gritty spots, almost like sandpaper. Make note of that. You want to dig in there because that's a spot of adhesion that might be causing some plantar fasciitis. And also, I don't know if you can see it on the video right here, but red pockets will start to form on the top of the skin. That's a good thing. That is blood flow coming into the area, which will help promote healing. So once we've done the whole bottom of the foot right here, what I'll do is then use different parts of the spoon, and I'll also attack it at different angles. So instead of going straight down, what I'll do is take the spoon and go at 45 degrees and see if that gives me a little bit more results with this. But let's do the whole bottom of the foot. We're going to switch, do the top of the foot, go around the ankle right here, make sure to pay attention to the heel, go over the Achilles, and then I would also target into the calves and the top of the foot right here, avoiding any bony spots. And any spot feels like it needs more attention, dig in there, get that tightness out. From there, I like to do a little bit more dynamic movement to really target the bottom of the foot a little bit differently and just try to get more relief. So I'll start with what is known as a toe spreader. I'm going to spread my toes, take my fingers, place them in between the toes. I'm going to bring my foot back like this until I have a very good stretch on the bottom of the foot right here. And then I just repeat this process, noting any spots that need it just a little bit differently. So go up and down with it, take it at different angles, use different parts of the spoon. You can also focus on different ankle motions. So you can turn the foot in like this, repeat. You can also turn it out like this and then repeat. Again, take what works best for you. I then like to go pretty much and just focus on the whole part of the foot doing the same thing. So I'll lift the ankle up, hit the Achilles, I'll take it down like this, do the same thing. Any muscle feels tight and achy, target it, and hopefully that will give you very quick plantar fasciitis relief. And when you're done on one side, always switch to the other to keep both in balance. So another cause of plantar fasciitis is due to a misalignment of a metatarsal or a long bone of the foot. It really affects the bottom of the foot, the arch, and you can get a lot of pain right here at the ball of the foot. So let's focus on dropped metatarsals and raised metatarsals and correct them with a very easy self-mobilization or reset. Let's start by just finding our contact point. I'm going to take my big toe and I'm going to move it up and down just like this. There's a knuckle right up here and then there's a bottom knuckle right here. Pinch off to the side and feel for that joint motion into that knuckle. Let's go just a little bit below that. If you notice now, if you pinch, you'll feel a very long bone that runs from the top all the way down to the bottom. That's that metatarsal. So we want to grab right at the top, right through there. I'm going to take my hands, take my fingers, place them on the back side right here for stabilization. I'm then going to take my thumbs and start right at the top of that metatarsal. The movement, I'm pressing from the bottom and pushing it upwards with just enough pressure where we're getting that metatarsal to move but not causing discomfort. Let's hold this for a couple seconds, relax, move down just a little bit, and then repeat. You're going to trace from the top all the way down to the bottom. It is quite common to get a sudden click, pop, or clunk with this exercise because at that point it's helping to reset that metatarsal. But do this for about 3 to 5 complete repetitions. From there, I'm going to move over to the next toe and then just simply repeat. When you get into the middle too, you can also bend the foot like this, kind of like an accordion, to get a little bit of a deeper stretch. But just repeat this one from the big toe, work your way down to the small or the pinky toe. From there, let's focus a little bit more on the top of the foot with a raised metatarsal. I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to grab off to the side of the pinky toe just like this. I'm going to cup it and then I'm going to use this meaty portion of the palm to start right at the top of that metatarsal. This movement, I'm going to press down with my palm. And you'll notice that this offers just a little bit deeper of a stretch and it hits it just a little bit differently. So again, press down for a couple seconds, release it, work your way down. Trace the whole metatarsal. From there, 3 to 5 repetitions, and then you're going to move over to the next toe, repeating all the way down to the pinky toe. Again, if you get a self-release, that is quite common. But afterwards, feel for the joint motion, and hopefully that gives you quite a bit of plantar fasciitis relief. Without a doubt, if we want to lessen future instances of plantar fasciitis and hopefully get rid of it for good, we have to strengthen everything in the foot. Here are some great exercises that you can progress into. This first one is known as toe yoga. Very easy. You just put your foot flat, so you can put your foot on the floor and do this in a chair. I'm going to take 2 fingers and just place them over my big toe like this, and I'm going to drive it downwards, almost like creating a stable anchor point. And then I'm going to simply lift the other 4 toes upwards as much as we can. When you do this, you're going to feel a very good activation across the bottom of the foot into the arch. Really focus on feeling that. You want to hold this for about 5 seconds. From there, you just relax and then repeat this for 5 times. With each repetition, challenge yourself to lift these toes up as much as you can. From there, we're going to then press into these 4 toes and then only lift the big toe up. You'll again notice that the bottom of the foot gets activated, but this time just a little bit differently. 5-second holds, you're just going to relax and then repeat this for 5 times, challenging yourself to lift this toe up as much as you can with each repetition. Let's take this one to the next level by doing an isometric exercise. I'm going to take 2 fingers again, press down into my toe, but this time around what I'm going to focus on is trying to lift my big toe up into my finger, but I'm going to resist against it with my fingers. So my big toe really isn't moving, but again, you'll feel those muscles into the bottom of the foot really start to fire. Hold this for 5 seconds, you're just going to relax and then repeat this for 5 times. And then you're going to repeat on the other 4 toes like this. Just try to drive them up into your fingers but resisting against it. Great way to really strengthen the foot and hopefully lead to less plantar fasciitis. So here is a great foot strengthening exercise that's really going to help for plantar fasciitis. It's known as a heel lift ball squeeze. I'm going to be using an everyday tennis ball. If you do not have a tennis ball, you can also use a rolled up sock or towel to place in between your heels. heels. Let's start next to a door or a wall. Our feet flat and nice and comfortable. I space my feet away from the door just very slightly. That way I can lean into it and just stabilize my body with my hands. Let's start off by squeezing into the tennis ball, and then from there placing our body weight into the balls of the feet and also into the toes. Slowly lift the heels up until you feel an activation into the bottom of the foot. Once you feel that, stop right there. Don't go too far up with it, because at that point it becomes more of a calf exercise. So really just go up till you really feel it into the bottom of the foot. Let's hold this for 5 seconds. From there, you're just going to come slowly back down, and then you're going to repeat this 10 to 15 times. How you can take this one to the next level is going all the way up, but then slowly lowering the heels down towards the floor. You'll notice that this hits the muscles into the bottom of the foot just a little bit differently. So experiment with going very slowly up with it until you feel it, and then experiment by going very slowly down with it. Just a very easy way to really activate the bottom of the foot and hopefully get rid of plantar fasciitis pain. So here is a great exercise that puts a lot of dynamic movement into the foot to help strengthen it, but it's also a little bit fun. I'm going to be using an everyday tennis ball for this. If you don't have a tennis ball, you can do this exercise by just twirling your hands like this. Do it for about 10 to 15 seconds, relax, and repeat up to 3 to 5 times. I'm going to start off by just balancing on one foot. During this exercise, we want the ball of the foot from the inside to the outside flat, and also the heel. That is known as a 3-point contact. When you do this exercise, you're really going to feel the muscles into the foot and also the arch really struggle to maintain this balance. So that's one of the reasons why this is such a great exercise. How we take this one to the next level, let's balance, keep the foot flat, take our tennis ball and start to bounce it on the outside of the foot. Just do this for a couple times, and you can already see right now that I'm trying to struggle to balance. From there, I move the tennis ball a little bit over, repeat, and then I start to focus on trying to bring the tennis ball right directly in front of me. And then I just go into an arc towards the inside. So I'm pretty much going from the inside all the way towards the outside, and I'm going to repeat this about 3 to 5 times. If any of the spots feel very weak, you might want to make note of that. Like right here, I'm really struggling at this angle, and I throw more repetitions in. Really address any weaknesses and focus on strengthening that. Again, this will work a lot, not only into the calves, but all throughout the foot. And when you're done on one side, always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. As an important last step, I would recommend placing ice on the bottom of the foot to control any irritation or inflammation after doing these exercises. I find that using a frozen water bottle is the best because you can use it as an ice massage tool, but you can also use frozen golf balls. Experiment with them, see what works best for you. But just simply roll the bottle up and down your foot from the toes to the heel for about 3 to 5 minutes. From there, explore different areas. Go on the outside of the foot and also go on the inside of the foot, hit over the arch. If any spot feels like it needs a little bit more attention, like let's say right here over the heel, throw some more repetitions in there, spend time over areas that need it the most. If the video helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing to the channel too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.